Goggins, and he has an interesting closing gift, something I've never thought about. But you always think about how can I stay with my clients once they purchase something from me? They give me referrals and/or think of me in the future. So what I'd like David to do is come up and tell you a little bit about the company that he's associated with and how he can make that possible. So how about a nice round of applause for Senior Scoggins.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Awesome. You guys have a lot of energy. That's really cool. Especially this early in the morning, you know. Y'all know Gene was here like 45 minutes ago. Really cool. So, anyway, my name is David Scoggins, and I work for the largest closing gift company in North America, Cutco Closing Gifts. Yeah, I'm about to show you.
I love my Cutco.
Do you?
I get one sharpened. Can I give it to you?
Yes.
They are the best ones I've ever had.
Wait till you see what. Are you familiar with our program for real estate agents?
No.
It's really, really cool. Okay, so sorry about that detour. Basically, if you remember anything at all today from what I said, you want to remember this. First, Cutco is 100% tax deductible. It's one of the only closing gifts it is. Second, every time you give a client Cutco, 1 year later, you get back an average of 2.8 warm referral leads. The third thing is Cutco basically guarantees that your clients will never forget your name. So what I'm going to do today is, I know you probably had people speak before where they're showing you products and services and things like that, and they usually hand out all kinds of brochures and business cards and things like that. We're a green company, so I don't have any of that stuff. What I'm going to do is, at the end of this, I have a sample so that you guys can look at and see what I'm talking about. I'm going to pass this around the room, and if you have any interest in this at all or any questions of any kind, you should put a business card right in here. But before we get to that, let me explain to you what it is that we do. Most people give something at the close of escrow, a gift basket, a dinner out card, etc. And I'm not going to say that people don't like what you're giving them, because people like all gifts. I mean, who doesn't like a gift? It's free. The main problem with closing gifts is that 90% of them are consumed immediately. They're what we call disposable gifts. They're very quickly eaten or spent. The other 10% or so, the vases, the artwork, the things that have some longevity, they usually end up tucked away on a shelf somewhere where they collect dust. So what we do is we work exclusively with Cutco products to turn your closing gift into a long-term branding tool. If you're not familiar with Cutco, it's basically like the Rolex watch or the BMW of housewares. In particular, we focus on kitchen items, things that people use and that they use frequently. We make things like this. What we do is we take these products and we engrave them with your name, logo, and cell phone number on the product itself. Now this does 5 things for you. Right? The first thing is that it's a long-term gift. 30 days later, 60 days later, a year later, 10 years later, you might not even be in real estate anymore, but your client still has it. It still has your name, logo, and cell phone number on it, and it's still on the kitchen door. The second thing is it creates top-of-mind awareness. Studies say that 80% of people would recommend their realtor again, but only 12% can tell you who the realtor is. I think I know who. I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay, so let me say that one more time. 80% of people would recommend their realtor again. That's almost everybody. But only 12% can tell you who the realtor is. It's really hard to forget someone's name when you see it every single time you go in your kitchen. I mean, what are your clients going to do with this gift? They're going to put it in a drawer. But what do people do with drawers? They open them and they close them, right? Every single time they open and close that drawer, you get a marketing touch. Right? The third thing is the tax benefits. This is really, really cool. You all know you're limited to that little $25 write-off on your gifts. What do we actually spend? $50, $100, $150. I got some realtors spending $300, $400, $500 or more on a closing gift. So they write off the whole amount and hope they don't get audited, that they don't take the full deduction they deserve. Because our gifts are engraved, you can write them off as advertising or promotional products legally. We'll hold up in an audit every time. And this is huge right now. We have a client at a Prudential down in Del Mar who's writing off all her gifts. She got audited. She's paying back taxes on every single gift basket all the way back to 2006. She's not paying any back taxes on any of her Cutco stuff. She said, from now on, I'm just going to give Cutco to everybody because I don't want to have to deal with this again. The fourth thing that we do is very easy to give. What we do is we get you a small supply of gifts that you keep on hand. When you have a closing, you just grab one and go. When we're driving all over town, trying to find the perfect gift, standing in line at Home Depot or Lowe's, your time is valuable. The fifth benefit, this is really cool. Do you remember at the beginning when I said we get you 2.8 warm referral leads every time you give Cutco to somebody? This is how we do this. You keep track of the name, number, and closing date of the client you give the gift to. Then in 1 year, you send us that information. At that point, I will send a salaried service tech to your client's home on your behalf. Now, these service techs don't even work for Cutco. They work directly for me. They're not being paid to sell or market anything to your client. They sharpen the gift that you gave them and any other knife that they own, whether it's Cutco or not, for free. While they're there, they have your client fill out a satisfaction survey about you that you get to design. At the bottom of the survey is a spot for more referrals for you. And we average 2.8 warm referral leads every time we go and do this. So if in a year you close 10 deals and you give 10 pieces of Cutco to 10 clients, on average, 1 year later, you get back 28 leads. Now, I can't guarantee that they're qualified or that they're motivated or any of those different things, but they're better than calling fist bumps and expires. So as far as prices go, there's a very wide range. Most of the agents that I work with and the gifts that I'm going to pass around are between $100 and $200. So most people that I work with are spending between $100 and $200. We have smaller gifts, things like this, an individual item that goes all the way down to about $50, which are usually used for referrals and things like that. We have larger gifts. We can do a full set of knives in a wood block. Put a brass or stainless plate on it that says made especially for your client's name and the year. It sits right on their counter. All the qualified buyer and seller friends see it. It never goes away. Those start at $350 and go up. And that's for agents that want to spend more, so $350 and up on the block sets. But most people are spending between $100 and $200. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass around these gifts. And we'll just pass them around the room so everybody gets a chance to look at them. As they're going around, they are knives, they are real, and they are sharp. You don't need to test that by rubbing your finger along the blade or anything like that. Please don't. If you have any questions or any interest in this at all, or think that you might in the future, this is the last thing I'm going to pass around. And all I need you to do is just pull out a business card and put it right in here. And if you have anything closing in the next month or less, or if you are behind on your gifts, please mark your card with either a star or an X. That way I know who needs follow-up quickly. I will follow up with everyone, but if you have something closing soon, you need a gift soon, please mark your card with either a star or an X so that I know that. As soon as these make the way around, I have another appointment, and I'm going to have to be leaving. So just be sure to drop your card or your slip of paper in. If you don't have a card, just pull out a $20 bill and write your name and number on it. Those are really the people I'll follow up with first. No, just kidding. If you don't have a card, just write your name and info on a slip of paper, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Thank you very much, and thank you, Joel.
You're welcome.
And let's thank David for the bagels.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks. That's good. That's good. Yeah.